Oh, it's kind of weird with the headphones on. Like, I feel
like we're not doing anything. We don't have our headphones on.
Actually,
today.
This might be less nerve-wracking. We're just talking.
I guess so. We'll get used to it.
Cool.
Whatever.
We're at Kylie's house this time at her dining room table.
Mm-hmm. And we're recording during the day for the first time ever.
Instead of at night. We're making some changes here over at wetalkyouart Industries.
So many changes today.
Anyway.
Nick has a microphone today.
Nick has a mic.
Allison.
Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
I knew you would say that.
So, we talked after the last episode.
A little discussion, if you will.
Because we thought we'd want to make some changes. And it's not because we've been unhappy with the last few episodes, but it's because...
We're just a growing company.
Yeah. we want to synergize. And so like I guess when I first had the idea for the podcast, I wanted it to be more about topics, but then as I started like actually doing it, we got distracted from like that original idea. So from now on, we're going to be focusing more on topics and having it be less of like an interviewee podcast.
Not because it's not fun or anything, but
yeah.
We kind of want to focus more when we have a person on. We'll talk to them a little bit about their art and about them and all that stuff, and then lead into like a topic discussion just to have more structure for the show so that we're not like, I don't know.
Yeah, because I feel like the last few episodes went really well and were really fun, but there was like a little bit of like dissatisfaction for me because there were topics that we'd hit on that I wanted to get deeper into, but then we felt like we shouldn't stay in that topic for very long because we wanted to, try to fit everything in there.
Yeah.
So I think this way we'll be able to relax more and be able to like really get into what we actually want to talk about and figure things out.
And then the people can relax more too because it's always probably a little bit nerve-wracking. Getting interviewed and then also talking about yourself for one. So we want to put less stress and worry on that for the people that we have on.
Not that anyone like was really, really nervous while we were on, but
no, we love
I
them.
feel like I personally would prefer to just talk about something I like or be on a show where I'm talking about something I like as opposed to having someone interview me about what I like or what I do. So,
and I think you can only talk about yourself for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can talk about yourself for a really long time, then
I feel like most interviews aren't.
We need to get you some siblings. Not saying being an only child is bad. So we have Nick and Allison here today just because we just want to hear a little bit more from them. I feel like we keep saying every episode, here's our producers, Nick and Allison, they're here, and then you'll hear little snippets from them.
Hey.
There it is.
Hey.
Little sultry voices there. Oh, okay.
I can't hear them in my headphones this time.
I could hear them out. I can imagine it like in your ear hole, like, hey, how you doing, girl?
That was like a monster voice.
Yeah. How you doing?
I don't think that's what I did.
Whatever.
Anyway.
So I was thinking the topic for today could just be podcasts and making podcasts and what podcasts as an art medium, because everyone here has experience with that. Especially Nick and Allison. You guys had a podcast going.
Nick.
Can you tell us?
You were on it quite often, right? Triple Scoopers.
I was a substitute scoop a few times.
I love that. When I would listen to it, I loved at the beginning always because Nick would be like, here's our little scoop and this scoop. Like every time he says scoop, I was like,
I was a topping.
like that.
I wasn't a scoop, I was a topping.
I was a topping.
Were you like the uncomfortably frozen gummy bears, or were you like sprinkles?
I don't know. I was different things every time.
Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, that's pretty
Shut it, like at a frozen yogurt place.
The soggy Fruity Pebbles. Thanks.
I love that at the end,
Thank
but
you.
it was kind of soupy at the end. Or when it was all melted and soupy.
It's gross.
Yeah. We'll just learn like a little bit about Nick and Allison, I guess.
Not too much.
Well, you don't want to talk about podcasting?
No, I do want to talk about podcasting, but I want you guys to talk. Oh, shoot.
Are you trying to undermine my...
no.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, God. What's happening?
You better edit this out because me and Kylie are now aggro with each other.
We both just drink coffee. Oh, no. Yeah.
There's like
I had 4 shots.
I feel like there's a
coffee.
balance that needs to, or not needs to, but like getting to know the people and then getting to know like what they do. That's going to be the balance going forward from here.
Yeah. As far as the guests we have on.
So what do you want to know? Or what should we tell people? Because you guys kind of know us already.
I guess, like, tell us what you look like. No, that's not important.
10 feet.
10 feet
tall.
Combined.
That's combined, yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's 3 foot, I'm 7 foot, so
So,
it's good. It's good now.
yeah, like,
Well, I'm 27. Allie is 25.
Don't speak for me.
She is a white.
She is a white?
Caucasian.
She is a Caucasian white.
And he is an Asian brown.
And I'm a brown.
An Asian brown.
One
And
white, one brown.
I was born in Hawaii. Allie was born in Renton.
I was born in Seattle.
She was born in Seattle, raised in Renton.
Why are you speaking for me, Marsha?
She can't talk right now.
I am literally talking
Well,
now.
it's kind of hard to talk about yourself because you just state facts. Like what do you want to know? What do people
Just
want to know?
stop talking and
Oh,
let
okay.
them ask us questions and
Oh,
let
God,
me
edit
answer
that
the
out.
question myself.
You guys, we're in the middle of a marital
God.
dispute. How many minutes are we into the show?
Between me and Fabienne fighting and Nick and Allison fighting. This is going to make people want to listen.
Basically,
the
it's
drama.
This is
counseling
the
for all of
spice.
us.
We add the spice.
We're doing like a Korean drama right now in Kylie's honor.
Too bad I don't
In
know any
kind.
Korean.
안녕하세요.
Potty words.
Whoa.
안녕하세요.
So why don't we talk about how we all kind of got in touch together, like to do this podcast, and like because I know
Can I tell my side?
Yeah, sure.
Good idea.
Kylie and Fabienne started a podcast called We Talk You Art, and then I listened to the first episode at work. I got really excited because I liked the idea, and I used to do podcasts, and they made a first episode, and I listened to it once, and then I listened to it twice, and then I listened to it a third time.
A lady,
and then as we were driving, and then I contacted them and said, "Hey, I really like it. Can I do it? Can I be a part of that?"
Like, really? Because we don't know what we're doing.
And if you listen to our first episode, you can probably tell
I spent
a little bit,
like
but
2 hours editing it because our audio tracks didn't match up for some reason. So I had to re-sync them every like 30 seconds in Audacity, and it took so long. Oh my goodness.
and I was
feel that.
really hungry. During
That was like the first 5 episodes of my podcast. It was everyone recording it on their phone,
Yeah.
and then I had to sync it together, but then
no.
the recording would ghost, and then you'd have to fix it every like 10 minutes. It was so annoying, and that's why I bought this thing. I'm able to connect.
he's pointing to a monitor.
Thank you.
No, it's not a monitor.
Just kidding.
It's just a recorder.
A recorder.
I can fit like 5 channels into it, and it can all record at once, and it's so much easier to edit.
See, this is what I'm not really a podcaster. 'Cause I don't even know what that thing is
You're like
called.
Nick's assistant,
Yeah, I guess.
but you guys don't argue when you assist him.
Totally,
I mean, I don't know.
I guess.
So what made you get into podcasting, and like what made you start your last one?
It was just Phil and I, and then I think I came up with the idea. Yeah, I definitely came up with the idea, and I asked Phil to be my guest host, and then we did Gabe Blackford for the first episode, and that was like a fluke. Like I wasn't even planning on interviewing him. I was gonna do this other guy, and then I don't know. He was like, "What are you guys doing?" We're like, "Oh, we're trying to get this podcast together." He's like, "Oh, cool, I want to be on it." I'm like, "All right, we'll come over to your house right now." And so we went over to his house, recorded the episode, and during the episode, Phil was like, "Hey, you should be one of our hosts." And then Gabe's like, "I'm down." And so that's kind of just and then it just became 3 of us, and they were trying to figure out the name of the podcast on the podcast. And I came up with the Triple Scoopers because we're interviewing our friends, and we're getting like the scoop on them. But we're getting like 3 guys, so we're like all scoopers.
3
I thought it was a good
scooping,
play on
3
words.
guys getting
Yeah.
3 scoops.
Yeah. And
But then a lot of times it was just like 2 scoops, and then
yeah. But it was a good
hey,
dynamic.
Allison, you can be a scoop today if you want.
Little mini scoop, a
Yeah,
kid
little-
scoop, if you will.
A sub
Baby scoop.
a sub scoop. It was a good dynamic because I'm louder and Gabe is like much more reserved, but he likes to talk about like milestones in life and like future goals. And then Phil likes to talk about he likes to draw out the
He likes to kind of delve into like the philosophy and like the reasons why people do things, and the like he gets, it's like he's like the weed thoughts
yeah, and
of the
I'm
podcast.
and I'm there to ask them what their favorite movie is. Pretty much.
He keeps them on track.
Yeah.
Actually,
He's like,
tolls.
okay,
Keep the
so that's enough
Yeah.
existentialism. Let's talk about
Yeah.
something else. We just talked
Phil
about
Nye,
that for an hour.
the science guy.
Yeah, Gabe was really into asking if they're excited to turn 30. That's his like big question.
Oh, that's your prime.
He likes to talk about relationships and turning 30.
That sounds like a really cool
And
dynamic.
kids.
I'm
And just
actually
like
into that
family
topic.
in general, I guess.
Going back and listening to some of the episodes is really interesting because it was 2016 when I did it, and people changed since then, which has only been 2 years. No, it was 2015 actually. It's before we were married. So early 2015. Anyways, people changed.
Things change, people change. I don't know what song. What song is that?
Cyndi Lauper.
So
Oh, David Bowie.
That's all.
that's all. Thanks. Bye.
So are you guys still doing it?
No, we're not. Well, this is us doing it.
Doing the podcast.
It's evolved.
So when you heard ours, you got really...
I got excited because it reminded me of doing the triple scoopers. Kenny.
If you guys hear dogs in the background, it's because my dogs are hovering.
They're just
around.
panting a lot.
Yeah.
I became after I got married, I became an introvert though, I feel like. So it's harder to talk. That's all.
It's harder to
It's
talk.
harder to host. I can't do it anymore. I
Yeah.
feel very not like myself.
Well, it's funny because
Sorry.
Oh,
if
no,
anything,
that-
he's
nothing
evolved.
to do-
He's evolved more into what he was to become, which
Right.
is more of like a maybe technical director sort of person instead of being the person on the spotlight, but
Right.
like a behind the scenes person. And honestly, like movies and all that kind of stuff wouldn't have happened unless the behind the scenes people weren't there.
It's true.
I'm just saying,
That's true.
we would still be on Audacity.
I know that. Yep. I know that I would never have been able to do this without you, Fabian.
Oh my God, Kylie! And I would never
No.
even think about this.
No, for
I
real
would be
though.
way too nervous to start this sort of thing.
No,
on my
yeah,
own.
I can't. Yeah, I can't have the confidence to do this kind of thing on my own. Like, I knew I liked the idea, and that it's something that I would like to listen to as a consumer. And then I was like, obviously, I would start a podcast with Fabian because it's obvious.
What?
And then yeah, and I'm really
Why
happy
is it
that
obvious?
you
Tell
took
me.
I wasn't sure how it was gonna go, but I knew that because I texted you at first. I'm like, we should just start a podcast and blah blah blah, and then you were like, that's the best thing I've heard all day, and I was so happy you were like instantly on board. And then since then you've been like having really good ideas, and like I'm very happy that this is like working out.
Well, it's nice because I feel like it's getting my brain moving. Because in Seattle, if you don't live here, you kind of, or in Washington, the Northwest, you kind of get to a point like summer is amazing here. It's super, super, super wonderful. Like I don't really like leaving during that time of year, but then like September hits and it's like, okay, like we're getting back to the groove of things. And then October hits and we're like, oh, okay. Then November hits and you're like, okay. And then December hits and you're like, whoop. I hate my body. I hate myself. I hate everything. I'm gonna lie in my bed
Yeah.
for the
Feel
rest.
that way until like April.
Yeah, if not June. So it was funny. I was like, I feel like last year was kind of, and you don't really feel seasonally affected until you see the sun, kind of here.
Yeah.
You're like,
Literally like,
I know, and you're like, oh my God, I feel like a new person. Who am I? And 4 shots of coffee like I had today. But Yeah, so you texted me that maybe like, I don't remember exactly.
It was probably in October, November, because I know I was
Yeah.
thinking about it a lot while I was driving at work, and I had a lot of time alone.
Which was perfect, because at that time I was listening to a lot of different shows and podcasts because I was finishing up this cleaning job, and there was nothing, like, I couldn't just listen to music all the time, which I love music so much, but it just kind of got to a point where it was like, okay, I'll just listen to, like, my little shows.
Yeah.
So then she texted me in that, like, heat of doing all that sort of things, and all those sorts of things, and I was like, this is the perfect way to beat winter this year.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be where it was last year, which was like this diner every night of my life.
Wait, you
Star.
went? Oh, yeah. North Star. Man.
Oh,
How often did you guys go there?
I think
last
we
year?
went there like maybe 3 times a week, maybe 4.
Oh my goodness.
I had no money.
Yeah, it's not a
Actually, I
cheap
had a
diner.
lot of money at that time, and that's why we're there.
I see.
Just kidding.
Yeah, because it's
Still
like
dumb.
not like a Denny's. It's like a nice diner. So.
Yeah, we took Nick and Allison there for the first time the other night.
Oh, what did you guys think?
Well, they don't serve macaroni and cheese after midnight,
Good to know.
which
That's
I
the
ordered
only
macaroni
time
and cheese because I read on the menu that they didn't serve it after midnight, but I didn't know that it was after midnight, so I ordered it and I felt like a dummy.
It was good though.
But Tony was nice.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
those
got the
are
nice
server.
people. I feel
Tony
like
was
half the servers there would like ridicule you for that, and then the other half would be like, "It's okay."
Yeah.
At least from my experience.
Yeah, you kind of never know what you're
They
going to
get
get.
a little sassy there.
But
Oh, he was definitely sassy, but he was
Okay.
nice about it.
That's good.
yeah, he wasn't like a bad sassy, because sometimes I know he
He was sassy, and
frustrated.
then he told me other cheesy things to order, so I ordered something else with cheese.
He goes, carbohydrates and cheese. you got your carbos and you got your cheese. He goes, sometimes I melt cheese and then I take his bread and I just dip it in there. And I was like, oh, that sounds really good.
Anything with melted cheese.
Yeah.
Is wonderful.
What were we talking about?
So podcasts are cool.
I have a question.
Making podcasts.
I have a question.
Okay.
I felt like you were gonna ramble. Sorry.
Well, I was just trying to get back on topic.
Yeah, that is the good thing about having Allison here is sometimes she can tell when me and Kylie are forgetting something, because I kind of I don't know if you can catch on to my face, but I'm just kind of like looking through stuff or like looking on the computer, and then she's like, she says something, and I'm just like, oh yeah.
I need that too.
Back to whatever we were talking about just now.
This is probably good. Yeah, this was probably like, I don't know, like, I don't want to say fate, but like just worked out really good that it didn't end up just being me and Fabienne.
Really well?
Really well. Because Fabienne and I, we do get carried away very easily and get very excited, and the excitement just like
Did you
builds
guys
and builds.
Did you guys listen to the Blake and Riley episode after I edit it?
I've not made it through the whole thing yet, but
I have like 10 minutes left. But
Okay.
I know I have like 4, so yeah, I missed this.
I edit out. How much time do you think I edit out?
I don't know, because I felt like we were talking
look
for
at-
a really long time.
let me
like
look
an
at the, because we usually record for like an hour and a half, but
Right.
that one went over.
Yeah.
For sure. How
So the total time was an hour and 58 minutes.
And the finish is an hour and 35 minutes. So you ended at 20 minutes.
But I made sure to only edit out. There was times where you guys were talking about like it kind of just went on.
No,
Yeah,
it totally did.
and
Like
then,
things tend to
but even-
repeat themselves.
Yeah, and then but then
true.
after you guys were talking about it, you were like, okay, we need to stop talking about this, and I was like, oh, they probably don't want that on the podcast because yeah. I don't know if you guys noticed it at all.
I did think it was way shorter than I thought it was going to be.
It was never like I try not to.
But I
edit-
wasn't anything about it.
Okay.
I was like, that's awesome, because I knew on that episode we were talking so much. And if you, maybe it's, I think for me it was listening to it, I just was like, I would repeat things that I said like out loud because somebody said something and I was just like, oh yeah, GP. And then on the podcast I'd say GP or something like that.
That's true. Just do that.
But yeah, that's probably good that you did that, because we did kind of like, we just need more focus sometimes. But not in a bad way. It's just like, we just get
Yeah.
really excited.
Oh, yeah. I just got up and pulled the chair out of the end of the table for Kenny because he likes to come under the table.
Oh, his cone is rubbing on my leg.
Would you say that this process has kind of brought us closer together?
FS.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. FS.
For sure.
If you haven't noticed, Fabian likes to abbreviate everything.
Literally
everything.
LE.
Wow.
LE.
I have a question.
Kenny's face is on my knees.
Oh.
Kenny's a dog.
Sorry.
Let's clarify.
Just so weird.
Smelling kid.
It's actually
Oh,
Kylie's
yeah.
dad. JK. What were you going to say?
What about podcasts do you guys like? I mean, not what podcast do you listen to, because that list can go on, unless you want to answer that. But my question is, what about podcasts gets you excited? Like, oh, this is why I want to listen to this episode, because I want to know this, or I want to grab this from this like series or for this episode.
I feel like it depends. So I started off listening to like a music podcast as my first one, and I think it's still my favorite, and I really enjoy it because I kind of like the technicality of that. And I really like music, so I kind of like hearing about that sort of topic. But then I know Kylie and I have bonded over listening to shows where they just talk about nothing. Like it's just a bunch of friends hanging out, which I think is pretty enjoyable. And it's kind of nice too. Like if you don't know us, then not like you feel like you know us, but it's just like it kind of puts you in a different group of people, because I feel like a lot of us kind of, as humans, we tend to hang out with the same people a lot over and over again, unless we really enjoy meeting new people all the time, which is awesome too. But it just kind of takes you out of your own little world.
Yeah, because I feel like every social circle has their own quirks and own, like, social boundaries and everything. And it's interesting to hear that listening to a different group of people. Because, like, you can eavesdrop on the bus and stuff, but it's not the same as, like, listening to a podcast.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, eavesdropping's fun.
It is. It's so fun.
Yeah, and I kind of like, I like the thought of, if you don't know me and Kylie, and Nick too, like any of us, that you can just listen to us, because I know I've met a lot of people at a big social thing, and that kind of overwhelms me a little bit. So I know I'll say some like really stupid things sometimes, just like out of anxiety or whatever, or maybe I had too much to drink or something, who knows, like depending on where I'm at that night. But like I really like this idea, because I was like, okay, well, you get to know us more in a way, and then we get to talk about things that we like. I like when people listening to different podcasts and stuff, that you can listen to what different people like, and then you don't even have to like it yourself, but it's just nice hearing people talk about their interests personally.
Yeah, and you can understand why they like those things and stuff. Nick just put on sunglasses.
Sorry.
Wow, he had too much coffee.
So I realized something.
Wait.
Yeah, what's your bathroom?
Top of the stairs to the left. Yeah.
It smells good. What were you gonna say?
I realized that the sunglasses thing is it's a anxiety thing.
Oh, for you, yeah.
Yeah. I actually asked my friends, like, is it kind of like lame to wear sunglasses when you're hanging out? And they're like, yeah, kind of. I was like, but it helps. Like that night, actually, we went to that dance and I wore the sunglasses for a costume.
Oh, the 80s.
Yeah, I had a way better time, because I knew no one. I don't know, because it's the eye contact that like stresses me out.
That is very valid. No.
So putting sunglasses on, it's like that kid from Big Daddy.
I was just going to say that.
Actually, that was Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
Yeah.
Wait, it
Zach
was?
and Cody.
Yeah, Zach and Cody.
I found that out recently too.
You guys, I'm so sorry to be texting, but like somebody, it's like a 911.
Oh.
It's not actually 911. It's like somebody being like, "Oh, did you still want to come over?" And I was like,
411 information.
I forgot. I can't.
So now I wish I put these sunglasses on before, because I'm more comfortable now.
I'm
gonna get
like
my
a lot more
sunglasses
comfortable with you now. Can you go get mine? They're on your table. Good, little break.
Okay, let's dish.
Oh my God, Clayton texted me 4 times. He is so
Oh my God, did he text me?
He goes, "Hey Vero, get Vero, then add me on Vero."
What's with Vero?
What is that?
That's what
I don't need more social media.
Yeah, that's what's her face? Devin posted about that.
I actually should be wearing sunglasses.
Oh, we're all wearing sunglasses now.
and they put the dilating eye thing in my eyes.
I'm gonna say WTF.
Oh, yeah. You should be wearing them.
But, yeah.
I just feel way more comfortable. It's nicer.
It is.
TBH.
TBH. Podcasts.
Oh, we're putting on our sunglasses.
So yeah,
I think
Oh yeah, so thanks for putting on sunglasses.
we all put on sunglasses. Allison, I brought you some sunglasses if you want.
Well, Nick has my sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
But she
yeah,
still,
I'm just saying.
she
I'm
gonna-
just saying that he stole my sunglasses. So realistically,
They're not.
he
They're
should wear these.
unisex though. So
Right now, Nick
those
has
are
putting his arm around
Allison's
Allison
These are really dark.
in an endearing
it's
way.
Una.
You wouldn't know because
Because this is a podcast.
it's in secret.
It was a marriage thing.
I kind of want to. If you guys remember, like, how do we all know each other as humans?
Can I answer
Oh.
the question?
I forgot the
would you know?
question.
Kylie didn't
No,
answer.
I just wrote down a few points that I wanted to say about podcasts.
Oh yeah, well,
Just real
sorry.
quick.
I'm sorry. Edit that out, Nick.
Gosh, just fucking shut up.
I hate you guys.
I'm just gonna lower her audio all the way down. There we go.
Do you hear that? What's that? What's
I don't
that
hear
little,
anything.
What's that little buzzing noise?
I don't know.
I'm about to put my butt on the microphone. Fire in your guys' ears.
Oh, that'd be great. Please do that. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I like podcasts because they're like freeform media. Like a lot of people do them, and they're not influenced by ads or producers or what have you.
good
Because
point.
most podcasts are independent. Or more independent than, say, listening to a radio or a TV talk show, where they can't say certain things, or they're encouraged to say certain things as an ad and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even though there are ads in podcasts, but that's still
You can skip it.
That's that, and it's helping out the creators so they can keep doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mostly listen to podcasts for like background noise. Like what Fabian was saying when I'm working or like doing stuff. I just you get tired of listening to music all the time. So, but yeah,
And vice versa. I get tired of listening to podcasts. You gotta switch back to music.
switch back and forth. It's a really nice,
Good alternative. I feel like I love. Okay, I'm gonna answer this question now.
Yeah,
I love learning things, but also I love like people that I admire in the sense of like creators. I love hearing what they learned because it's kind of like a cheat.
totally.
Gross.
You can learn from other people's mistakes instead of your own.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's all.
Allison, what do you think about that? Listen, like,
She doesn't. Do you listen? She doesn't really listen to a lot of podcasts.
I'm so sorry, I wasn't listening.
She wasn't listening to this podcast.
I was thinking about how to. I'm just trying to take notes because I feel like I should take my note-taking responsibility seriously.
Thank you.
thank you so much. Good on you.
What was the question?
Good on you, mate.
It was, why do you like listening to podcasts?
Oh,
What do you like about them?
I don't really listen to a lot of podcasts because I don't really have time.
Oof.
Like a lot of people listen to podcasts at work. I can't listen to podcasts when I'm working.
That was a dog. Also, that was growling. Just in case
But-
that
I don't know if it
catches
picked up.
on.
I don't know. I listen to podcasts that are kind of like storytelling ones.
Oh yeah.
And I really like them because it's just like it puts you in the story and you feel like you're there. If they're good,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then it's like
yeah.
kind of like you're a part of something that you're not there for, but like you're invested in it emotionally.
I think that was like one of the first podcasty type things that I listened to because my friend sent me an episode like maybe 5 years ago or something. And it's this guy named Stuart McLean who passed away last year sometime, I think. But he does the Vinyl Cafe up in Canada. And it's just, he has a couple main characters. It's Morley and Dave, which are like husband and wife. So anytime you listen to it, even if you're not catching on like from chronological order of their story, like he just has a way of speaking. Like he's a storyteller. So he has a way of speaking that's just so like unique to him. And it's just, and it's his storytelling voice. So that's what kind of started me on this, like listening to stuff that wasn't music.
Yeah.
And at the time, I think she sent me that because of whatever was going on. I can't remember, but it was so beautiful.
That's awesome.
I really recommend listening to it.
I recommend listening to tabletop RPG podcasts. Yeah. They're so fun. Oh my goodness.
I haven't listened to any, but I know I have a lot of friends that listen to them. What are what's the top one? I
mean, I pretty much only listen to the same one that comes out every week. There's a lot of them. I've branched out a little bit, but there's this one that I love. It's called Dice Camera Action. It's from Wizards of the Coast.
So I was wondering, at least for me, indulge me. What have you guys learned about something that, like, if I were to listen to this podcast, I'd love to hear what you guys have learned from either this or just something in general.
Like just in life.
Just like in life. Like something like.
I learned recently that a lot of women have gone through trauma.
Wait, what does that mean?
By the way, we've totally been on topic this whole time. We totally didn't go on a tangent about tabletop games.
I totally didn't not fall asleep.
And Fabian totally knew exactly what we were talking about.
And I totally didn't edit out just now.
Because Fabian is totally a nerd, just like all of the rest of us.
Yeah.
She's too cool for that, apparently.
No, I'm too dumb for it. Let's be honest.
Wait, Fabian, what did you mean by that, though? You said like girls go. You said women go through trauma. What are you talking about?
How did you learn that from the podcast?
No, it doesn't have to be about podcasting.
Oh, I was talking about life
in general.
Yeah.
Like I'm just learning a lot about people these days. Like, and not even specifically, but just like a lot, like how people will react to things based off like something that happened to them in their past, which isn't obvious. Like we all hear that, but I feel like I'm seeing it a lot firsthand these days, and I'm like being more empathetic towards it instead of being like, what the hell was that? Why are they acting like that? You know, like for example, this morning I was woken up.
You were woke.
I wasn't.
Woke up woke.
Oh. I was woken up.
Okay.
And it like
gun
really,
down.
really. What's that line in Scott Pilgrim where what's his face goes? Then I pulled the trigger.
I don't remember that.
The skateboarding movie star guy.
Oh, Lucas.
Yeah,
Chris Evans.
Yeah. Anyways,
I don't remember him saying pull the trigger.
Oh my god.
Oh, on
it's
the phone.
When he was filming. Yeah.
The first click you hear is me hanging up. The second click you'll hear is me pulling the trigger.
I love that line.
That's a good line.
Even though I can't remember it.
Pull the trigger.
It's like close enough.
Undercut the entire line.
It wasn't even right.
I can hear it in my head, and it's funny. That's my foot. Sorry.
So what were you saying? Oh, you were awoken.
I was literally awoken, like Fabian, wake up, and I just like I woke up so annoyed, and then it made me realize like I hate being woken up.
Oh.
Like I have an alarm. I don't like being woken up by people because it reminds me of when my dad would come into my room every morning and like sing. He'd go, rise and shine,
dude,
and you got the glory, 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 and be like, wake up!
You don't even know. My mom
Hit me.
I am gonna ask her if she wants me to leave this in, but my mom would come in my room naked and lay on me.
Oh.
Like to wake me up because she knew that I'd freak out.
Do you get uncomfortable with naked bodies?
No, I'm
She
totally
draws
fine.
them.
Oh, no, you don't. Are you kidding me? I know you, yeah.
Do you even know her?
I do. I'm just remembering. It's all coming back to me now. PTSD.
I draw people with no clothes on and animals with clothes on.
I just want you guys to know the women that are being modeled. It's me. And Kylie's.
You guys both
paintings.
took your sunglasses off.
I know, it was getting annoying.
They're up for a second, but I like them on my head. Like, it makes me feel good. Like, I have something there.
No, I didn't mean for you to put them on.
Like
I'm just saying.
It grounds me.
Fine, I'll put them on,
No,
Nick.
I'm just saying, like, you guys, like, must be comfortable, because I'm still on edge.
Well.
Anyway, you learned about people,
That's just in life, sorry.
They're kind of just deal with things based off the things that happen to them.
I feel like I'm becoming a more empathetic person.
Have you applied that to yourself?
What?
Just like, I mean, things that happen to you, have you noticed like how that affects you? How the way you think and act?
Maybe, yeah.
Talk about that. No.
No.
How does
we'll
that make
pull
you
that
feel?
layer back later. post podcast.
This is what I was turning into triple scoopers now because this is what I would do.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
No, because
It's too much.
It gets heavy sometimes.
Yeah.
Whitney was on my podcast, Whitney Murphy, and she started talking about her husband dying, committing suicide, and it got heavy. But like, it was really nice for her to open up and be able to share something like that, especially because it's not just that room. It was like she knew she was on a podcast and she was gonna be like talking about it to a lot of people. So that's what I like learning lessons. What did you learn, Kylie? What have you learned?
Like in general recently?
Yeah, or the podcast, like art, or maybe just...
Yeah. Because I don't really think about emotional or social stuff that
Really?
much. Like
We're opposite in that way, I feel like.
I feel like I am like just too slow in that department. So instead, I just think about art and my stories that I want to write pretty much all the time. So it's probably
Sounds
bad.
Like you're bottling
It's
it
not
up.
bad at all.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah.
I think it's terrible. I think you need to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
How were you raised?
How was I raised? No, this is not. I've always like just drawn instead of dealt with anything. So, yeah.
So that's kind of cool because then all your emotions are like portrayed into the things that you do artistically.
Yeah, kinda. I feel like I've never really like made art solely to reflect my emotions. It's more to like put my favorite things and my story ideas out there.
So are you even
It's
hiding
kinda
from your
subtly.
feelings in your art?
Yep. No,
The
and
little
I think
fawn
that
in the
it comes
background
out-
behind the tree. That's Kylie.
Yep. No,
It's like,
it
why
comes
is that
out
fun?
subconsciously, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see your mom outside.
Oh, she's coming
Oh
in.
no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no. No.
We gotta go.
Well, I've got to ask her. This is a perfect opportunity for me to ask her if it's okay to leave in the part about.
I haven't
being
met your
naked.
mom,
No,
so...
don't. Just do it.
Oh yeah.
So should I...
She might take a
get
while.
up?
She has to bring a lot of stuff inside sometimes. Anyway. Yeah. Well.
Or not. We're kind of doing something right now.
Well, like it's like her school stuff.
Ugh, forget it.
Forget. Anyway.
That's just something I've actually wanted to ask you guys. It's like, it is a little bit easier to ask those kinds of questions on podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I have a thing.
You think
okay.
that like not in person when we're all hanging out?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
Asking those sorts of questions?
What?
Wait, what?
Like
What did
deep
you ask?
questions.
What did you say? What?
What did you say?
What?
I gotta get a clean...
Oh, I said, do you feel like it... Why do you...
What?
I said, you feel like it's easier to ask us those sort of questions in this kind of platform than in like when we're all just hanging out?
Yeah, because it's like a reason. It's like, it's a reason to... It's
Oh,
not
there's
just like out of
Kari.
nowhere. You kind of have to lead.
Like, because then people are like, why are you asking me that?
Hi.
Hi, Mom. Hey, Mom.
We're taking a break now.
I said on the podcast that you used to come in my room naked and lay on me to wake me up. Is that okay if I leave that in? Because I understand if
Cool,
not.
Mom.
Do you know if the mail already came?
I actually remember what I was going to say before we went on yet another tangent.
What was it?
We were talking about things we've learned, and recently, and everyone's looking at me. I'm gonna put on my sunglasses.
This is why I felt really awkward right
No, it
now.
just got really quiet. That's why. I have my sunglasses on. Everything's fine. I recently have been thinking about just like how things balance themselves out so well. Just in general, like everything. I don't know if you, I don't have a good example, but just choosing, like, let's say you have a decision to make and you can't decide, but you can think of, like, if you do one thing, like, let's say I don't know. I'm really bad at explaining this. Anyway, yeah, never mind. I can't put this into words. I can't think about it.
Like, you're having a hard time deciding something, but in the end, like, no matter what decision you make, it always ends up working out.
Yes. Yeah, that's a result of it. Totally. Thank you.
Cool. I like that.
So, and more recently, I've been realizing that it's kind of more important to just make a decision on time than mull over it too long.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
So,
because
even if something bad happens, like, that's temporary, and it's
Right.
gonna work out on the end.
Right. And you just got to commit. That's the most important thing.
Is that how you would describe marriage? Just kidding.
What do you mean?
what?
I don't know. I just heard commit and I thought marriage.
Why did
She goes, what?
Why did Kermit never get married? Oh, dang it! I ruined the joke. I ruined it. Why did the frog never get married?
Oh, he
Because you
couldn't
couldn't commit.
I
Kermit.
ruined my joke.
Why did Kermit?
Why did Kermit not get married? Because he's a frog.
Ew, Bennett. Hate you.
Recording?
Yeah.
Hi.
Come give your little sister a hug.
What have you learned from doing the podcast so far? Like, about podcasts in general, or about yourselves, or about, like, what, I guess, I don't know, just what have you learned from the experience of podcasting so far?
I think each episode I get less and less stressed because I'm learning that the conversation will kind of make itself instead of like me trying to figure out, which I still try to figure out what we might be able to talk about, but I feel like that's kind of like an anxious sort of thing. And like each episode kind of is, it just builds, like the conversation will start when it starts.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of just knowing how like conversational we are just in general. Like
Yeah.
I had a good feeling about that, but I still wasn't sure. But yeah, about what I've learned, I don't know. There's a lot of things. I guess just that you don't really have to think about it too much, I guess. You don't have to, you can just let it all fall together. Yeah.
Maybe you guys are still learning.
Yeah, we're in that.
Oh,
still in
definitely,
that learning process.
yeah.
But I actually was on the phone talking to somebody about this yesterday, like about our show and everything, and I can't like remember what they asked, but we were talking about how like as you and I, like as we all keep doing this, like we're just gonna. This is one of those things that like you improve at. It's not like you get worse and worse because you just learn more things, and you kind of have to start somewhere. It's like learning an instrument. Like this is what he said, like you're gonna suck at first, of course, but like every little move, even if it's very, very, very small, will make a difference.
Yeah, totally.
So
And
that's what I'm learning with this.
Yeah, and that's exactly what makes podcasts like a very much a valid art medium, which is cool. 'cause
Yeah.
it's something you can impart.
Practice
Growth.
makes perfect.
And it can be so many different things. Like there's podcasts about everything. There's like the story podcasts, there's factual podcasts, there's biographical ones, like pretty much anything, which is pretty cool to be all under one format. Pretty interesting. But yeah, I was surprised going into this how actually natural it felt, because I've never done anything like this before. And then when we sat down for the first episode, it felt like super good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
was
was
nice.
Surprised. Yeah.
I was so hungry, remember?
Oh yeah, we were really hungry.
But it was still like, it just like the flow was way easier than I thought it was gonna be. I was really nervous.
Yeah, that was one
Sorry.
of my favorites.
Yeah. I feel like we're all kind of learning a lot about our like how we can all flow together too.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
we're learning different things.
Yeah,
about
what
each
our
one of
roles
us.
are.
Yeah, and like how to speak to each other, like our community. Kenny.
He's coming.
Yeah, like I feel like we're all. I don't know. We're just all getting closer. In a
Yeah.
Like
And-
when you do a show together, like a sitcom, and like you all kind of grow as like a little sitcom family. Like that's how I feel, and I didn't really think that was gonna happen.
Aw. Yeah, because I do feel like I've noticed everyone's strengths shine through based on like the different things we work on related to the podcast and stuff, and the different things that we bring to the table when we actually record. So
Yeah, like we can all pick up like sometimes if maybe there's like a little silent part, or like there's a conversation drop maybe with our certain guests. You'll say something or I'll say something. Like we'll just try to bounce off each other.
yeah, and that's worked out really well.
Yeah.
Or we have Allison here to bring us back on topic.
Oh yeah, so I'm just like, I feel kind of brain dead. Like, what are we thinking? What are we doing?
What is Kylie's strength that she brings to the podcast and Fabienne's strength?
Can you say that again?
What is Kylie's strength that she brings to the table and Fabienne's strength individually?
I think Kylie is really good at listening to people. Not that I'm not, but I think my body language sometimes can read like I'm not fully there, even though I know I'm fully there. Like, I know sometimes people are like, are you listening? It's just like, yeah, I'm just not looking at you. I'm just like trying to do 5 different things at once. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't know. I just kind of have that kind of personality where I'm just like all over.
Mm-hmm.
And Kylie, I've noticed when we have each guest, like they'll be talking, like she'll be like, oh, well, what about this? What about that? And I'm listening, but she'll know how to carry it on and make them feel like what they're saying is valid, which I think is really
Thanks.
awesome. And makes them feel less nervous too.
Thanks.
Okay, now
I
me.
try. No, me. That's something I've always tried to do is listen to people, because sometimes I just want to say what I want to say, but then I'm like, no, shut up.
Fabienne wants you to say something nice
Fabienne.
about her now.
No, I'm going to keep talking about myself.
Wow.
I think that, like, probably most of all, like, Fabienne's enthusiasm about the whole thing has helped me, because I tend to, like, have a lot of self-doubt about projects, especially ones like this. So, like, just the fact that Fabienne is like, this is such a good idea, and has been bringing her own ideas in, and, like just your enthusiasm in general has been really good for everything, because I don't think I would have even done it if not for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No, what has Nick brought to the table? To the
table.
He's like our hype man. I feel like.
You think so?
Yeah, like if it wasn't for you reaching out to us and messaging us, I wouldn't have felt like it was actually as good as you see it. Kind of. Like, and you just kind of are making us better.
Yeah, and we sound better too.
We sound better. I feel like this is a legit thing. And it's like, it's nice being able to like bounce off people creatively, like in a space that it doesn't, like people won't put you down for thinking whatever you're thinking kind of thing, or like trying to bring new ideas to the table, or blah blah blah, like blah blah blah. Like you just always are very encouraging in that manner.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He is very good at encouraging people to do things that they want to do. And he edits a lot.
And he edits.
And
Oh,
he
thank
really
God.
Makes it
yeah.
sound like the conversation was actually on track.
Yeah.
You Bennett.
What does Allison bring to the table?
Allison is, like we were saying earlier, the reason and the one that like can bring us to focus, and the one that knows what we're talking about and that takes notes and is just really wonderful. She's like the one that,
The organized one.
oh my God, we really need it.
Yeah.
You guys started.
And she has a chill voice.
Oh, you posted your first Instagram post on January 7th.
Okay. Yeah, because we were saying that it was like the first day of the new year when.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty good. That's better than I thought we were gonna do. 6 episodes in 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. I think.
I think we could talk about this today, but just like our social media presence, and like I kind of loathe needing to have one. So like, and it's really hard for us to keep up with, or it's hard for me, or I think both of us, to keep up with it. And part of me is like, why do we even need to have one? But then it's just like, oh, but that's like moving with the time sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of necessary.
That's pretty much where we get all of our audience from.
Yeah, true.
Because,
True.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's mostly people we know.
Oh yeah, which is nice.
If we know you, say yes.
Yes.
No, I'm talking to listeners.
Say it out loud wherever you are.
Because we're behind you.
But yeah, social media, it is good. I recently made a chart of, because I post art online, I made a chart of what times to post on every social media site.
Oh my god.
So
you know
here
there's a
it is.
website for that?
Oh,
Is there?
wow.
Yeah.
I didn't have to make.
That's like a full calendar.
I didn't have
Yeah.
to spend 2 hours of my life making this.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's like a regular. I used to do that. Like I made like a video and I would post it every Monday.
Oh,
my
like a
God.
skit?
No, like those embarrassing stories. I used to post embarrassing stories with those
what?
videos every Monday, but then
Oh, I loved that.
I got sick of it.
That made me like you
Oh
as a
yeah,
person.
okay, I remember.
Why?
Because I thought it was funny.
It wasn't my
I
stories.
liked those.
Were you
Good
like
idea,
the one
though.
where you're like, hey guys?
Huh?
Oh, I'm thinking of something else.
No,
Yeah.
the embarrassing story videos
Oh.
Oh, those where you would like record people
Yeah.
and then you would.
No, my Hey Guys, that thing was on Instagram and it was the story. Oh, I see what you mean by
Yeah,
story.
stories.
You got the
I
messed up. Yeah, I used to do stories and I started one, like literally woke up in the morning and I was like, I'm going to update everyone about my life. And I was in bed and it was like, hey guys, just waking up. I was just like waking up. And
I love
Just
those.
like waking.
You know what is really funny is that like little stint of Hey Guys, I call it Hey Guys, because I start every video with Hey Guys
Yeah.
and then update.
And just repeating
That
the update.
I've gotten the most like feedback out of everything I've ever done was from those things.
Really?
Yeah, like literally people I haven't talked to in years are like, this, I like this. Like you should keep doing
Do
this.
it.
Which is so weird because then that made you realize like how many people actually watch your stories.
Yeah,
I
it
know,
was weird.
right?
It was weird.
Man.
But it was fun.
Honestly,
People like it when you show your face.
Yeah.
Like
Keep in
I went
touch.
on my, went and looked at my art account and saw what my popular posts were, and it was all of my selfies just at the very
Yeah.
top.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Okay.
It is. It's personal. I don't know, because same with us. Like every time I post a picture of Allie and I, that was like the top.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that get a lot of attention and
Why do
comments.
people care so much about people?
They just want to see you.
because they want to see you in your everyday life. That's why I
Yeah.
started like when I would watch those videos that you would do on your stories. I was like, oh my god,
This guy exists. I
This-
forgot.
No, I just thought I really like them now.
Why? What did you like about it
I
specifically?
liked how like real it was. It wasn't just like doing something cool. You were just like living.
I was
Kind
it was
of
a
like-
joke though.
I
Too.
know, but it was
Fun of
so
people that
good.
do
But it
that.
was so
It was
good.
legit like just me. Hey guys, I am working. Just
just hanging out at work.
it was.
I
the-
know, which was perfect. It was like, yeah, that's basically what all of us do. It's
Yeah,
like it's not
yeah.
like any of us. Not like we don't have interesting lives.
It was like a social satire.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah.
But like honestly, the only things most of the things you post on social media are like the fun stuff you're doing or the really
Right.
interesting things. So like when you're doing something like that, I was
Yeah,
like, wow, he's a
mundane.
real person to me now.
Yeah, I make
true.
sure to not make it about like fun things. It had to be something really mundane. Like we went to Wendy's, and I was just like, "Hey guys,"
Hey,
the
guys.
format was, "Hey guys, I'm here." Just and then repeat what I said.
Just
At Wendy's.
in my car.
Hey guys, I'm at Wendy's. Just at Wendy's.
At Wendy's.
That's great. I love.
It's like a series of 3.
The
You
last
guys are at
one.
Wendy's, just at Wendy's.
And the last one I
Hanging out
did
at
was when Augie was in the when he was in the hospital, and I said, "Hey guys, just with my friends," and then it was Augie like, laying down, and he was like doing his breath exercise.
Yeah, he was
Just,
doing the like. Do you see
But
him do that? The thing that he had to strengthen his lungs with. It,
He had to, like, breathe
it looked
into
really
it.
sad. It looked like he was
Look-
like dying.
Yeah,
Oh, does it measure like how powerful your breath
Yeah,
is? Yeah.
He had to get it to a certain point to like do lung exercises.
Bennett used to have to do that a lot. We have one because he has
You're talking
asthma.
about me.
oh yeah.
Not as bad anymore,
Just kidding.
but
I thought you were
that's
Bennett. I thought you were Bennett. 'Cause I was gonna start
We were
making
just
fun
talking.
of him.
About
That's cool. I like that you appreciate those. I don't think I'm gonna do them again though.
Well, I liked it because I felt like I had
know
this
them.
idea of what you were, and then I saw that and I was like, oh.
What was your first impression?
Snob.
I think a lot of people
Sure.
get
Video
that.
snob?
I don't remember
No.
what my first impression was. No, I thought you were really nice. Actually, if I can remember, I thought.
Fabian's crying right now.
Literally.
She's shook.
She's
I thought you. I thought I wasn't cool enough to hang out with you guys.
Whatever.
Oh my gosh.
That's what
I hope not. That's lame.
No, seriously, that's what I thought. I was like, I don't think I feel like yeah, that's how I felt.
Huh.
But not like bad about myself. If anything, I was a little angry, but
That's weird.
I thought you guys didn't like me. That's why I felt that way.
Oh, yeah, we kind of have like a snobbish vibe.
I have that effect on people.
Yeah.
People, I make like the worst first impressions. Like people think I'm angry all the time, and they think I'm mean.
I thought that one.
Yeah.
They think I'm
For
snobby
sure.
because I don't talk to people.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Because my face is just like this all the time.
RBF.
Yeah, Benna
Can't
has
help
that
it.
too.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't like you.
It's
It's
that
just
I
that
hate you.
my-
Just kidding. Totally kidding.
It's just, I don't know.
She doesn't Allie doesn't get excited about people the way I do when I first meet them. You kind of just like, they
I
exist.
literally only get excited about animals.
You're
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. It's not your fault. It's not any person's fault. It's just.
It's
just
an
how it is.
animal. Come on.
Allie
Sorry.
is a cat and Nick is a dog. That's what it is.
Yes.
It's true.
Look at your hair right now, Nick.
Yeah,
You're a dog.
I'm a dog.
It's basically half up.
Yeah.
It's like Kenny and Chels.
Yeah, I texted Kylie the other day because she posted that photo of her dog's hair, and I was like, that's like my hair. Because it turns red in the sun. Like, my hair turns red in the sun.
Does it really? I thought you were
Yeah.
joking.
No, it does. Like, exactly what you posted. I was like, that's like my
You have like
hair.
an undercoat?
Yeah.
Like,
Like, it gets that amber tone.
huh.
It's
Yeah.
The more I think about it, the more you're right. Like, I'm a cat.
Yeah.
Nick is a dog. Because, like, he's just, like, instantly, oh, hi, how are you? What's your name?
How are
I'm
you
Nick.
feeling
What are you
today?"
doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like,
Meow.
you're going to have to work for my attention.
Yes, that's how I felt, and I was like, I can't work hard enough. I can't work.
So true.
And I'm just like, no, she's cool. She's a cat. So, like,
She's a cat.
like, she doesn't want you to talk to her, pet her, or anything. But I do.
But to like everyone's defense, we met each other at like really big social gatherings, which
It's the worst.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
For me.
true. Yeah, I think, I don't know, it's a hard place to like actually decide who is your friend at first meeting.
Do you remember when we first met?
Was it at the film festival?
No, it was at,
Oh, it was hiking.
Hiking.
Yeah, that's right. Anthony got a big group together to go hiking.
yeah.
I'm outside.
And we rode in your car.
That was,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yeah, you guys were in the back
Yeah.
of my
The
car.
time when he got really sick.
Yeah. I got
Yeah,
sinus
oh my
pressure.
goodness.
Red.
And I left my sandals in your car.
Yes.
And I never got them back, but it's okay.
I gave them to Augie to give to you.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
Oh no, I'm
Person. He
sorry.
probably threw them away. It's okay. They were getting really dirty.
He was like, I'm
Oh,
too stressed. I can't do this.
You did, and I was like,
Edit
we were
that
at Sierra's going away party before she went to Peru, and I was like, oh, Augie, you are you seeing Nick and Allison anytime soon? He's like, probably. And I'm like, can I give you Allison's sandals? Because like I don't really even know them, so you're probably better to have them. And he's like, sure.
It'd have been really funny if we just saw his day after you handed him the sandals and he just did not know what to do with them. It was just, he's just wandering in the streets. Like,
Can you make a
That could be a
skit?
skit. Yeah.
It's like in Seattle, like, hey, how's it going? Like, I can't talk right now.
Dude, don't even get close
I
to me
have
right now because I
too
will
much
have
on my plate. I can't.
He's just like in alleyways.
And he has the sandals on a plate.
Yeah, he's like, I think this is right. I think this is how. Oh, jeez.
I'm loving this. Oh my goodness. Oh yes.
in the what I would like, this is how my envisionment is, having somebody go to some of these events for us and then like having like a little We Talk You Art microphone and like interviewing people. That's like my dream.
That's actually, I can take this portable. I can literally take this around and you guys could just like talk to people. I don't know. That sounds kind of cool.
That would be fun. Like this is like a future.
Like this is on
future
battery
idea.
right now.
I definitely think that we should have like we could all go to a concert or an event and then talk about it on the next episode.
That's a good point.
Can we go to an art gallery?
We went
Yes.
to Japanese
Yeah.
breakfast.
Oh yeah, how
that
was that?
Awesome. It was amazing.
That's funny. It's like it's always like it was awesome.
It was awesome. I was seriously
It was
shook.
Yeah.
Fun. She had some dope
She
light
has
up
like
shoes.
she kind of has like a whiny voice.
But it works for her.
Yeah.
It's like this.
And she was super
very
intoxicated, but got better and better.
Yeah, that was really
Interesting.
impressive actually.
Yeah.
How like drunk she was, but she was like still singing and
Wow.
performing just as good.
If not better. Because I feel like she
Interesting.
got better, but then she was kept getting drunker.
She just like knew what to do. She's like
Yeah,
a professional.
that is-
She's
Very
totes
interesting.
She
professional.
told some cool stories.
Anyway, so we basically just want to change our format a bit and interview people very little and
Yeah,
have a
it's
different
gonna
topic.
It's going to be less about interviews and more about topics. If anyone has a topic idea, we'd love to hear it. If you want to comment on one of our pictures or email us, wetalkyouart@gmail.com. We would really appreciate that because we have some ideas, but like we're going to run out. So
we're really looking forward to 2018 changes, even though we started in 2018. Spring cleaning, even though it's not even spring. I spring cleaned my car.
Almost. I don't want it to be spring. I want winter forever.
If you want to learn more about Nick, me, or Kylie.
Follow me.
Yeah, I was going to say, Nick, where can people find your art and your podcasts and stuff?
Podcast is still out there, but I don't know. You don't have to check that out. It's kind of lost in the ether.
But I found it.
I was listening to it the other day.
Yeah, there's a link probably on the Instagram. That's like the easiest way to find people. It's just the Triple Scoopers. Look that up. And then on
Facebook too.
Yeah, my videos are on Vomnik on YouTube and Instagram, VOMNIK. And I'm like editing this like dope new podcast called We Talk You Art, so you can check that out.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah, on Instagram.
Wait, what do they talk about?
Art.
Wow.
But and they are, and then you guys they talk. It's convoluted, but it's really good. Some good guests on there. The editing is choice, and
it's okay.
And we're all from the Orient.
We are. We're all Asian.
We're all half Asian.
Half
right?
Asian.
Olympics
I'm
2018. We're representing.
Well, no, I'm not half white. Are you half white?
No.
Oh yeah.
But you're half Hispanic, right?
No.
Oh, Espinosa?
I know.
Are you
right?
Filipino?
No, it's mostly Chamorro actually, and then no, I'm like full Asian, I guess.
Oh.
It's like half other Asians.
Get out.
Fa.
So you're pretty Hawaiian. If you're a mix.
Yeah, I guess so.
Spam.
Like, it's all the same.
It's
it's really interesting how people care about that so much. Mm-hmm. Like, especially if you're a mutt like me, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Especially if you're
it doesn't define you.
No.
Yeah, especially if it's a bunch of smaller countries.
Yeah.
Like I get, like if you're only Chinese.
Who cares about them?
If you're only Chinese, like you can come from. China is huge. Like you can come from all corners of China. Anthony.
Shout out
to another
our
Asian.
Chinese friends.
If you're Asian, you should hit us up.
Yeah, we love the Asians here.
Asian only podcast.
Ayo. P.
We got good food.
Fabienne, what kind of Asian are you?
I'm Cambodian.
And
Yikes. That is
Hispanic.
dramatic.
Cambodia is in between Thailand and Vietnam and Southeast Asia.
I'm the most mainstream Asian. I'm Korean.
I want to say, people, educate yourself about Cambodia. There's a lot of crazy stuff that happened there.
Yeah, that's how my mom came to this country. That's how I'm American.
Yeah, a lot of people don't talk about it, but it's real serious.
Very detrimental.
It's pretty, cray.
We lost my uncles for 14 years, but they've been found.
Wait, really?
We'll talk about it later.
It was just a big game of hide and seek over there.
She goes, wait, really?
Sport. Oh my goodness. Anyway.
We'll talk about it later. Next podcast, we'll talk about wars.
Yeah, I'm starting my own
The
podcast.
Art of War.
Yeah, The Art of War. And it's just about Cambodia and Japan and a lot of Asian countries that went through a lot of stuff. Is this too heavy?
No, that's a triple scooper topic.
Okay,
We got it.
Okay, I got it.
Speaking of, my mom and I went to a play the other day about the Japanese having to go to camps during World War II.
Yeah.
So
and
heartbreaking.
The main kid actually like reminded me of you because he was like half Asian and wore glasses. And
I gotta see this kid now.
Yeah, it was a pretty sad play.
It wasn't you?
Sounds. Oh no, I'm an actor.
Oh yeah,
that was
Nick.
me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening.
Fabienne, when are you
just
gonna
kidding.
make an art account?
Never. What is this Vero thing everyone keeps talking about?
Oh my
It's a new
gosh.
social media.
Are you on it?
Is that for
Yeah.
art?
Oh.
or-
So the first
Kylie's on
million
it.
people
Oh. I'm into
get
this.
it for free.
You have to pay?
Everyone else after a year, but it's only going to be like $5 for the year or something like that.
But why do you have to pay?
Yeah. What?
Because they're not going to have ads or algorithms,
I guess so.
so it's all going to be chronological
Oh.
That's kind of. I guess that is appealing, actually.
It is appealing, but I think the part has to.
I would pay $5 to Instagram.
Starting a new Instagram presence. Well, maybe it'd be good.
Well,
actually. It'd be
fresh start.
I mean, almost
Fresh
everyone from Instagram is moving over there. Like every big account I follow is.
I'm literally like everyone like saying join. I'm like no, but then you right now I'm like yes.
You just sold it to me. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't too sold on it either, but then Bennett and I started talking about it in the car the other day, and we were like, it convinced me just because we were thinking about it and saying like, it's not gonna have ads, and it's it's not going to be about pleasing the advertisers.
That's cool.
Which is,
it's like the new internet.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
It's like a refresh, like how you guys are doing new We Talk You Art.
Thanks for bringing it full circle.
FC.
I'm the new host now.
Little do we know. He was trying to take over.
Back off. It's all about me. Anyway, if you want to find, I'm on Vero. If you want to find me, all my stuff is under Black Sea Foam. So, yeah.
Maybe I'll think about
post
this art account thing.
Yeah, Fabienne needs to make an art account because I want to see her art on a daily basis.
Should I do
I did it on a daily basis. What?
I'm making it about me.
What?
Should I do just on Vero like Vomnik and not do like a Nicholas?
Whatever you want.
I would like that for.
I'm doing
that
it for.
Too.
Well, the awesome thing about Vero is that it's all based on like social circles. So every time you post something, you can say if you only want your close friends to see it, acquaintances, or only the people who watch you.
I would like to start it to like clean out people who like are my parents' friends or blah blah blah.
Well, and that's really cool because like the whole reason I had to make a separate account for my art. I had to make a separate account for my art because I didn't want to post like family photos and like have them on public because I want my art to be public because I want to make money. And then
this is awesome.
Yeah. So now I can have it all in one place.
This is so cool. I wish everyone is gonna get up on this.
All right, guys.
I'm hoping to.
Oh my gosh.
It's having a lot of errors because a lot of people are getting into it right now, but it'll get better. It's like Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
But that died.
It's still alive.
Yeah, people play it.
There's a commercial with David Attenborough, or a really good David Attenborough impersonator.
Fabian dropped interest.
Fabian, stop bringing up nerd topics.
She's just staring at the floor, just thinking about her life.
Fabian's the only cool one here.
That's not
all
true.
of us. Like if someone says Pokemon, I'm like, oh.
No, if anything, isn't Pokemon cool?
I don't know. Depends where you are.
Forget it.
In life.
Let's drop the topic.
Apparently not to you if you're questioning if it's cool or not.
Isn't it? I don't have anything against it. Like, I really don't. I just never got into it.
Yeah.
Shots fired. That's a segment on the Triple Scoopers.
Really?
Shots
no,
fired.
it's not. It's pet peeves. My bad.
Oh.
Okay, guys.
I thought about that. After you had that segment, I was like, oh man, I have like a mental list of pet peeves. I'm like, okay, now I'm ready.
Oh, wait, you've listened to the Triple Scoopers before?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've listened to
I did
a few episodes.
What?
Like at least.
But this was
6.
But I started doing it after I was friends with you.
Oh, so you're cool. Wait, no, that makes you not cool.
No,
you're the
because
bandwagon.
No, I was just
loser.
late. I just didn't know how to figure it
Outcast.
out. I didn't know how to figure it out. I didn't know how to figure it out.
To listen to press play.
Shut up.
Okay. Sorry.
One more thing I want to say is that I didn't even talk to you guys about this yet, but I was thinking. I did say that I want to put all our episodes on YouTube.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So,
yeah. So all of our episodes will be on YouTube at some point. So if you want to listen to it there, you can. And then I was thinking, SoundCloud only lets us have 4 hours of stuff on there.
Unless we
so
keep paying.
we don't have to keep paying. I was thinking we could only have the most recent episodes on there. So people can listen to it as we post them, but then if they want the archive, they can go to YouTube.
Oh, that's
and
smart.
then it's all free because otherwise we'd have to pay like $12 a month to use anything else.
Restrictions add creativity to
exactly. We're making
art.
That's a good idea.
Invention is born out of necessity.
Albert Einstein was born out of a
womb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a woman.
A big
we
old
finish
warm
each other's
sentence. Hamburgers.
I was gonna say.
And lesbians.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.